Hello and welcome back to Can You Survive the Hunter's Moon? I'm hanging out here at the Tribal Council area with our jury as they wait patiently for the final 6 players to walk on in. And here they come now.
I just want to ask the questions that I kind of want to figure out.
All right, and here come the final 6 into Tribal Council.
Say below. Come on into Tribal Council.
Jury of Bergen, Tyler, Brianna, Cam, and Matt. Looking on as Brian, Melissa, Dave, Taylor, Jazzy, and Culp. Come on in to the now sheltered from the elements Tribal Council.
Final 6, day 5. Let's talk about after tribal last night. You all go back to camp. What do? You go to sleep, or are you guys strategizing? Are you chatting, still trying to figure out a way to get through this round of the final 5?
No, we played. we were definitely trying to just take a breather and take in the fact that we are where we are, that we had guaranteed ourselves into day 5. And for all of us, it has not been easy. It has been a journey with many different roads and many different pitfalls and triumphs. And even today, you can see we are as strong individually across the board. It is like as even keeled as possible. So last night was just a giant pat on the shoulder to everybody.
Yep. Everyone here has won a very crucial challenge. Jazzy's won an individual. Everyone's won an individual. Brian, you came back from the hunting grounds. Taylor, how has your discussions been after the challenge today? I saw sometimes you be by yourself. Sometimes you were mingling with 1 or 2 other people. When you were by yourself, what were you thinking? Are you feeling like trusting the people who are off talking to others, or are you a little weary, a little nervous?
Well, when I was by myself, I was trying not to die. Medical had to come in, but I'm fine. I didn't get medevaced. Running in the cold is not good for this body. But no, like we all kind of also respectively were like, let's do like 2 and 2s. Like, let's just kind of give each other the time with each other to kind of talk and chat, because like in this game of Survivor, you're constantly having to think self-preservation and also, think, okay, 2 steps ahead. Like, you want to be thinking, if I do make this move or I do make this detour, from my GPS that has me to my destination, and I decide, what, this road looks nicer. What is the outcome of that? Does it add 10 minutes to, my route? And do I have to now, think about that decision, or do I continue along this route, because I know it's safe? So, all these conversations that we're having here, because all these people here are kick-ass in their own individual ways. It's hard because there's no place to hide unless you have the necklace. So it's definitely a hard decision. And, when you make a decision, you have to make sure you stick to it and you're ready to own it. If you're sitting at the end, and why you made that decision in your mind, like the perception, it was the best decision for you at that time.
Totally. You mentioned thinking 1 step, 2 steps ahead, and Dave, winning that immunity challenge, being safe right now, do you feel like that gives you that extra step to think ahead, 1 more step than the other 5?
It takes a little pressure off this round. In 1987, my yearbook, my prized possession was my wrestling jacket. I wrote it today. It's this sucker. I'm glad I won, but yeah, it takes the pressure off for at least a minute to kind of sit and let your mind calm a little bit and try to think a little forward.
Just a little bit, because just like everybody else, it only lasts 1 round. You have to win it again. Melissa, coming into the challenge, how did you feel? What was your thought helping Jazzy out, trying to get those extra few blocks knocked down for her?
So it wasn't even really all that strategic. I just noticed that my throw was going a little more to the left, so I figured if I could help somebody else, then I'd go for it. But Yeah, as far as like how I'm feeling though, I have to be honest, like I am definitely feeling it today. I feel like I can't really form sentences properly. I feel like winded very easily. Um, it's definitely taking a toll on, I don't want to say us, but definitely me. So today has been hard to like even focus.
I get that for sure. Jazzy, talking about focus, what is your drive right now to make it to the next step? You're so close to the end. Where is your focus coming from? Where is that passion and drive coming from right now?
Sorry.
Take your time.
I'm relying on the relationships that I've built and the loyalty that I've like proven to have with pretty much everyone up here. Unfortunately, at this stage of the game, this is where you have to start cutting ties, and I'm super vulnerable today. I'm proud of the game that I played. I'm proud of everyone's game that they played, but my focus is making it through this vote. And I'm not even listening to you right now because I'm just literally thinking. Like I can't even pay attention to what you're saying right now because it's just so intense.
What is that thought in your head that is so intense, that is driving this emotion right
It's
now?
just like a pressure cooker, you know? It's like, do you open the pot or do you not? And if you open the pot, everything's going to fly out, or is it going to be perfectly cooked? And I have no idea. So, like, at this moment, I have no idea what's going to happen. It'll be gaggy. Yeah, we're going to really ham it up.
There has been many talks of advantages. Idols have been played. We are now down to 6. That has to be an added pressure as well, knowing that there could be potentially an idol out or someone going home without getting any votes. Taylor, why not? This is tribal council. Are there still contingency plans in place, or is everyone just hoping that the way it's going to vote is exactly the way it's going to go down?
I mean, everyone in their mind is thinking like there's the plan, then there's a B plan, then there's a C plan, then you're thinking like there's self-preservation, so it's hard because there is talks of things there was a fun thing that happened last night at camp, so yeah.
Fun thing that happened at camp. Please fill me in. I would.
The thing. It could be our thing. It's our thing. It's our thing.
Okay. No one wants to elaborate on anything further. All
It's
right.
a thing.
Keeping the host in the dark. I like it. Jazzy and Dave having a little bit of conversation. Brian, you nervous about this right now?
I think they're just talking about the fun thing that happened last night.
Do you know about this fun thing that happened last night?
Yeah, it was the best.
Now we have Melissa and Dave talking, Taylor, Brian talking. Culp looking back. This is a live tribal. Everyone whispering to one another. Brian, what is going on in these conversations? You're the only one not talking to anybody.
Well, we used to play this tangram game, and we're just practicing.
Can always count on you, Brian.
Honestly,
It's fine.
What do you think? Is there anybody else who wants to speak? Dave is giving it the wrap up. I think it is time. Let's vote. No more talking. Taylor, we'll start with you.
All right, and we will go ahead and head on out to our tea time area now. In the rain, we have producer extraordinaire Nina, who will shelter us as we go chit chat. It's not quite the storm hurricane we experienced together in Tides of War, but you know, we're not mad about that. So we're just gonna, hello, come on over back around the barn and chit chat about everything we just saw. I'm sure all of you, oh my god, I still can't do this with a little person. I'm sure all of you are curious about that fun thing that happened last night. Well, fun fact, there was a fun thing that happened last night and a fun thing that happened just before Tribal Council. So I'm excited to tell you about both. So fun thing that happened last night, an idol was hidden under the fire pit at their merge camp. And when they went to shift that fire pit, Colt moved it. Dave and Melissa saw it, and Melissa grabbed that idol in front of Colt and Dave. And Taylor knows about it. I'm not sure if she saw or was told. I don't know if Jazzy knows about it. And it sounds like Brian might, because they were alluding to that at Tribal here. Speaking of Brian, if you'll remember from long ago, came back from the hunting grounds with Fern's idol in their pocket and was hoping to make something of it. And it is now literally in their pocket, and they had Jazzy feel it to prove that they had an idol. Jazzy did not believe that Brian had this idol, was very suspicious of it. But once she felt it, she was like, oh my god, it's an arrowhead, and went and told Melissa and Dave about it, and is hoping that they will work together so that she doesn't get idled out, because the target up until a few moments ago before Tribal was Brian. But now Jazzy's really worried that she might be idled out of this game. I think that might be why her and Dave were talking so much. I'm told that Dave, you know, being the one that's safe with the idol around his neck, was not so willing to change up the plan and vote out Culp, who was the other target that they were considering once realizing Brian might be playing an idol here. Let's see. Dave, who of course has the idol, is in kind of this group of Dave, Culp, Jazzy, and Melissa, and not wanting to go back on that, still wanting to go full steam ahead on the Brian train. But he does view Melissa as a huge threat in this game, and is feeling like if she gets too far, she's going to take the whole thing. So he does want to vote her out soon. And I don't know if he'll go for her this round. She's feeling pretty safe, or at least she was up until this live Tribal Council, because with her idol, you know, she could potentially guarantee herself a spot next round if she plays it right here, but she doesn't want to play it. It's good until the final 5, so she'd prefer to play it next round to get herself into the final 4. Let's see. In the challenge, she went ahead and helped Jazzy a little bit. I'm wondering if maybe that's some jury management that Dave picked up on, that was like, oh, I see you already trying to curry favor with people that might not be sitting next to you at the end. And speaking of currying favor, Culp is really high on Melissa. I think has been since day one, when they were together at that Tangram Reward Challenge station for a couple hours. So he is not wanting to vote her out, potentially wanting to go to the end with her as a final 2. Speaking of who wants to go to the end with who, Brian thinks that everyone wants to go to the end with either them or Taylor. Obviously not the case, as they are one of the 2 targets this round. Feeling like they have strong bonds with Melissa and Dave, and wanting to aim the target at Culp, thinks that they have Melissa, Dave, and potentially Taylor as a vote in order to do so. Let's see. Is there anything else? Speaking of Taylor, Taylor was also an idol doubter when it came to Brian. I don't know that she was even convinced by Jazzy saying, like, it's an arrowhead. Like, I felt it. That's the shape of all the idols so far. But, you know, Taylor is connected with everyone in this game except Brian. So I don't know if she'll be willing to pivot away from that. Is there anything else left? I feel like that might be it. Any questions y'all have?
It's
going to be a good one.
It is going to be a good one. They've all been good ones. This cast is crazy. Oh, I guess it's just worth mentioning. So there's like two different kind of little groups that have formed, both with Melissa, Jazzy, and Culp in them. One has Dave and one has Taylor. So again, Brian, the only one kind of left out of that, but everyone stressed because of that idol that Brian might have and that idol that Melissa definitely has. So yeah, let's see. Jazzy is also potentially a target here because of these, connections. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Jazzy, Culp, or Brian seem to be the three on the block in spite of Melissa having that idol. So congrats to her for well insulating enough to not feel like she has to use it. I don't know who Melissa wants to go to the end with officially. She has not shared that information yet, although I do not doubt that she has been thinking about it heavily throughout last night and today, and probably, there we go, and probably the majority of this game. All right, I feel like we can just stroll on back now because there's not that many players that had to vote.
They're probably almost done.
Probably. All right.
Yeah, this is much better than earlier.
It is.
A couple months ago.
I know. We were in a monsoon together.
Yes.
Oh, hello. Wow, we're right on time.
Right on time.
Oh my God. One day, after I'm probably done with this game, I'll understand the streaming stick and how to get two people on at the same time and not be like... Anyway, all right. Heading back to Tribal Council now. Votes are back, so we'll just... Okay. Head on in. Okay, all right. Well, we can always do a little check-in and give a little up-close camera moment to each of our final six in jury. All right, and away Alan goes to tally those votes. We're going to say goodbye to Nina and say hello to our final six. You can only wait silently now after they have all cast their votes. We've got Taylor, Brian, Colt, Melissa, Jazzy, and Dave. And looking on is our jury that is staying dry under that canopy as well. We've got Bergen, Tyler, Brianna, Cam, and Matt attending his first tribal council as a juror. Six torches are lit at tribal council here, but one will be snuffed very soon. And here is Alan returning with the votes.
If anybody has an advantage or an idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Sorry. The one lie I would ever tell in this entire game, I was asked constantly if I ever had something from Hunter's Moon, or what is it? Or the grounds, hunting grounds. And so I would like to keep this idol that Fern gave to me out there.
You can keep it. I will get to the votes. Anybody else? First vote, Jazzy. Next vote, Brian. Next vote, Culp. One vote Brian, one vote Culp, one vote Jazzy. Jazzy, that's two votes Jazzy. Brian, that's two votes Jazzy, two votes Brian, one vote Culp, one vote left. The next member of our jury and the fifth player and the last member, Brian, eliminated. Please bring me your torch. That is enough.
Hugs all around for Brian.
You got me.
Brian, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
Don't play the sad music yet. I might win another challenge.
All right, and we're gonna head on out with Brian. He's still on the live stream. They've been here before, but this time we get to catch up with them as the jury member. We're just gonna settle in on this bench over here.
Hi.
Hello.
What a wicked fucking experience. I thought it was going to be me. That idol never meant anything. I never got anything on the hunting ground. Vern gave me that to try to cause chaos. I think I did the best I could with it. There were some rogue votes. This has been the best experience getting back from the hunting ground. I think I played my heart out, and I'm rooting for Jazzy. I'm going to shout out my charity, Camp Kesson, one more time. And you're a rock star, and I hope you raise as much money as you possibly can, and I hope I can towards that in any way. Shout out to my family and friends watching. Max, Julie, Rachel, LOL. Kristen, Anjani, Mom, Dad, JB, Kristen, Ryan, Chris, all of you guys, I love you so much. Thank you.
Amazing. And Brian, before we let you head on over to Ponderosa this time instead of the hunting grounds, I would just love to know, I mean, you got to experience so much of this game, the hunting grounds, which none of these other players minus Culp got to experience, coming back in the game, getting jury. I'd just love to know maybe, you know, your favorite part of this whole experience.
I mean, winning the hunting ground challenge was the most electric thing of all time. Like, genuinely, those votes, that mole style game, I'd never seen the mole, but I feel like I ate them up. You heard my voice starting to quiver. I gagged them with that one. Like, they were really, I was like running on pure adrenaline, and then getting to play like a classic Survivor challenge that I think everyone has always wanted to play and win it was just like mind-blowing. So that has for sure been my favorite part.
I love that. And I would just love to know, what does it mean to you? You were voted out day 2, very little shot to make it all the way here to the last day where you will be raising quite a chunk of change for Camp Kesem. What does it mean to you to be sitting here?
It just makes me unbelievably proud. I'm playing with so many veterans. This is the first time I've ever gotten to do something like this. And I didn't even know the phrase LRG before I did this. So to find out that there's people who've played 9 times out here, I know Jazzy and Dave are like besties that have met on other games before and come out and like, I think really make a name for myself and have people respect me in this game. Just makes me feel like I can do anything.
I love that. And is there something you've learned about yourself that you didn't already know in your time out here?
Well, I said I've kind of lived a cushy lifestyle for the last 6 years, so coming out and braving the elements, I think I crushed it. Like, I felt good the whole time. I was getting my 8 hours of sleep. I feel like this isn't something I would normally do. Like, this is pretty wild, and I had the best fucking time. I think, you know, my personality can get in my way sometimes, and I didn't let it happen, so I can't wait to do another.
I love it. Well, Brian, thank you so much, and congratulations. I'll let you head on over to Ponderosa, and we'll see you at the next Tribal Council.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brian. All right, friends, the rain is coming down. So we're going to be trying to kind of whip into the next challenge pretty shortly. I can see Brandon already grabbing the elements, so we should be back live in 5. In 5 minutes, we'll see you for the final 5 immunity challenge. Thanks for hanging out with me. Keep it locked here all day.